Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Charlotte. I am new to YouTube with my Happy Twins Tarot. So if you haven't looked at my other videos already, please go and do that. You might find them helpful. I've done some readings for the collective already. I've done some channel messages from the Divine Masculine. Today I'm here to do another collective reading for both Divine Masculine and Feminine. We're going to look at the energies from both sides of the fence and the connecting energies in the middle. This is a collective reading, so it's not going to be relevant to everybody. So take what resonates. If you're interested in what decks I'm using, please look in the box down below. And if you would like a private reading, that information is also down below. As I said, I am new to YouTube, so please do like, share and subscribe, help a new girl out. And I'm really interested to know what kind of readings you guys would like to see. So if there's something specific you want to know, please comment or drop me an email. My email address is in the box below as well. So I work with a spirit guide called Arthur who helps me with tarot specifically. I do channel him during my readings, so if I pause momentarily, please bear with me. So we're going to do two significators, one for the Divine Masculine, which I have here on the left, for the Divine Feminine on the right. We're going to look at your past energies, two on each side, connecting down the middle, present and future. I will use some oracle decks towards the end as well. If you've got any questions, do feel free to ask me. Okay, so let's start with our Divine Masculine. This Divine Masculine is, I feel like he's from a very spiritual family, and he's really in a good place right now. This guy is, I feel like he's definitely a little bit further ahead with this journey than his Divine Feminine, which is, to be fair, usually the opposite. We normally see the Divine Feminine is more ahead of the game, but not in this case. So we've got the Queen of Wands here as our significator, and I'm feeling like, this Divine Masculine has recently really stepped up his game. Comes from a spiritual background anyway, but I feel like he's never really connected with that deeply on a personal level, and he's aware of this spiritual connection to his Divine Feminine. I feel like he may even be aware of the twin flame journey. He's switched on. So in terms of the past energies, we see this progression here from this page to the King of Wands. And I feel like, he has progressed very, very rapidly in terms of his spirituality at the moment. He's been meditating. He's been doing a lot of work, a lot of inner healing. I feel like he's actually moving down a spiritual path career-wise as well. He's been through some rapid changes, and he's feeling really good about life. Now, the Divine Feminine is also going through a period of rapid change. We have the Eight of Wands here as her significator. And I feel like, though, in contrast, that everything is very much up in the air for her. She's a little bit behind in terms of her self-work, and she's still very much focused on her twin rather than on the work she needs to be doing independently. But we're starting to see, you know, the beginnings of this. She's been so focused, so wrapped up in her Divine Masculine that she's not been able to step into her own power and start doing this work. But I do feel like, you know, there's a lot of communication between these two, and I'm drawn to say it's very astral, 5D or telepathic. We've got the connecting energy here is the Queen of Swords. But Arthur's guiding me that this isn't... okay, he's saying that there has been some 3D communication. You have exchanged messages, but it's been brief, that most of this is happening spiritually. And actually, both twins are in a fairly good place right now. Now, in terms of the present energies, our Divine Masculine, he's really beginning to manifest. He's just stepped into this spiritual awareness, and he's really beginning to understand what he is capable of. He's not focused on union right now, okay? We've got the Two of Cups in reverse here. This isn't on his agenda. And I feel like this isn't going to be good news for our Divine Feminine, because she's not focused on self. She's not focused on that work in this moment. She's rejecting that self-work still. And she's trying to step into this higher power. I feel like she's struggling with it. She's resistant. She's too focused on her twin. Now, the good news about this is that when one twin does a lot of work, it kind of pulls the other twin up to meet them. If you imagine like a pyramid and you're both doing this work towards union, when one twin accelerates their work, the other one kind of gets drawn up to match it. So, you know, you're on the right path, but the connecting energy in your present is the Five of Swords reverse. And I feel like there's a lot of trust issues between these two. There's been, you know, a lot of bickering and, you know, I feel like when you see each other, you really, really trigger each other. And both of you have kind of moved into separation because of this. And, you know, the Divine Masculine has really taken his part of that work seriously. He's been doing that work, but the Divine Feminine has been stuck. She's been stuck. She's in a much more forgiving place, but she's not doing that work on herself. Now, I feel like the Divine Masculine is, you know, even though he's not ready for union, he's stepping forward in that direction. The fact that the Two of Cups came up at all shows us that it is on his mind. It's just that it's in reverse. That energy is present and blocked. So he's thinking about you. He thinks of nothing else but you, Arthur's telling me. He's, you know, a lot of this work he's doing is because of you. I feel like you've had a lot of chats about spirituality. He really took on board what the Divine Feminine has been, you know, sharing with him and about the stuff she's learned. But he's taken this sudden leap forward, and the Divine Feminine has been stuck. She's stuck. Okay, so Arthur's telling me that this guy was involved with someone else as well. Okay, right, this makes more sense now. So that's what this is about. This lack of trust in the middle, this Five of Swords reverses the connecting energy in the present. And that's what created the separation. Our Divine Masculine has been dealing with a karmic. he's been dealing with, there's been this three-way situation here, and he's moved away from that now. I think he's told the Divine Feminine, I think she knows, but there's still a lot of mistrust there. I don't think she truly believes that. She doesn't believe it's over. And in his future energy here, we've got this I don't know her card. And, you know, he really wants you to know that he really has stepped away from that person. He, but he's on his own journey. He's on his own journey, and he's not ready to bring that to an end yet. You know, we've got the Eight of Cups here in reverse. He's on his own journey, and he's, you know, he has you in mind. Union is his goal, but he's not ready right now. But you need to know he has ended that situation. He's being real with you now. He may not have been in the past. He may not have been completely honest. And I feel like this is where, you know, he may have come back to let you know this brief exchange we've had in the recent past. But he's not with her now. Now, our Divine Feminine, you know, from this rapid Eight of Wands changes, again, she's resisting this. You know, we've got the 10 reverse. She doesn't want to do that work yet. She's not ready to carry that weight. We've got the 10 of Pentacles upright. So, you know, she's very grounded. She's very focused on her practical affairs, but she's not doing this spiritual work. She's trying to distract herself. I feel like she's distracting herself as well with a lot of socializing, with a lot of kind of being out and about and just keeping busy, keeping at work, keeping her head down. But, you know, the connecting energy here is the High Priestess. And going back to what I was saying earlier about this, you know, your higher selves are in constant communication. If you can meditate, if this Divine Feminine can get into this spiritual Hierophant energy, and I feel like there's someone around her that's prodding her to do this, and I don't know why you're resisting it. You need to just step into it, because this is how you two can connect right now, from this inner knowing, from this spirituality. And your Divine Masculine is, he's there. Okay, so if you're a Divine Feminine, you're struggling with this separation, remember that this is how you can always connect in spirit. That's the absolutely beautiful things about twin flames, is that you're never really in separation, because you're always connected at the heart chakra. You're always connected via your higher selves. You're connected spiritually, and that's where you can find solace from the separation. And you know, I see the Divine Feminine, even though she's resisting a good chunk of this spiritual work she needs to do, she does know how to do this. She knows how to connect. So, you know, you can look forward to some really beautiful shared dreams, meditations, astral contact, telepathy. But yeah, overall, you know, I see a Divine Masculine that quite unusually is doing a tremendous amount of work, but his Divine Feminine is lagging behind. So let's look at what she can do to catch up. In fact, I'm going to use this deck. So this is specifically for the Divine Feminine in this situation. So if this is you, if you've not been doing that work and you've recently heard from your DM to tell you that he's single, and then you're wondering why you haven't heard from him again, know that he's making space for you. He's making space for you to do your work. Okay. So we've got here number 10, Unfinished Symphony. You know, this mirrors these two 10s we've got down here. This is your unfinished symphony here. Wands are about spirit, and this card's in reverse. It's also a 10. You know, you've got to do that work. You can't ignore it. And as far as your twin's concerned right now, you need to be a casual observer. Okay? You need to just observe from a distance, let him get on with his work. And a change in the wind, I feel like it's already come for you. We've got this 8 of Wands in your present energies. You need to embrace it and see what's there, and trust that he does have a loyal heart. He's waiting for you. 3 and 5 together is 8. That's the number of infinity. And actually, we were showed this here, where he's reassuring you, I don't know her, okay? He's moved on from this other person. And we have this 8 here. So you really need to trust now. You need to trust him. You need to trust in yourself. You need to trust this change in the wind that has come to you. That's my cat. Answer your call. What is your soul calling you to do? The great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. And dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So, you know, you need to start paying attention, our lovely divine feminine, because it's actually you that's holding back union. I feel like you're the one in the most pain with it, and that you're longing for this union, but you're holding it back. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? It's calling you to heal. Okay, you have to start paying attention to what you're being called to do. There's a lot of insecurity and self-doubt with you. A tremendous amount of insecurity and self-doubt. You don't feel worthy of love. You definitely don't feel worthy of this connection. Until you do, you can't have it. Okay, you can't be in union until you've both found that unconditional love for self. And you need to answer this call. I feel like your guides are with you. They're always with you. And you just, even if you're not able to consciously communicate with them, if you can't hear them, you can't see them, you're not getting messages through from them, trust that they're there, that they're calling to you to take action, and that you can tell them what you need. They're always listening. But they can't act without your permission. So it's very important that you say, hey, you know, this is what I need from you. This is what I need you to help me do. The great gathering, it's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. So if you've been planning on going to an event, and a like spiritual event, I feel like you need to go. So Arthur's telling me that there's a spiritual event in your calendar. You've been umming and ahhing about it. Go. You're going to get inspiration, ideas and signs here about how you can move forward. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Okay, you need to step in to spiritual self, divine feminine. You're really being called to do a lot of work here. Let's see what the divine masculines needs to do. Deep knowing, soulmates, to the sea, and yangs. This is a powerful lineup. So this goes back to what I was always saying. This guy is in his power, okay? He's really holding his divine masculine energy. I feel like he's actually maybe away right now or about to go on a journey. That's what we've got with to the sea. Deep knowing. Yeah, you can stay in this zone of connecting at this level. Remember, all the work you do is only going to inspire your divine feminine to move forward. And you know she's your soulmate. You know, I feel like this is such a beautiful lineup. But you've got this journey, which you showed us here isn't over. There's 8 of Cups reversed, and this one's a 7. And it's not necessarily a literal journey, although I feel like for a lot of divine masculines, this might be the case. It's about actually physically stepping out of our usual environment to get that change. But I'm feeling like he doesn't actually need my advice so much. He's doing really good. That's a really powerful lineup of cards. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords. Keeper of the earth. Yes, this is so nice. Okay, so we've got protection, call back your power, cut the cords. If you're involved with someone else, I feel like you need to completely detach yourself spiritually from that as well. If you don't know how to cut your cords, then you can Google online how to do that. It's fairly straightforward. You need to do that. That's a powerful message. And go first. Leap and the universe will catch you. So you can trust in this manifesting energy and this manifesting power that you've stepped into. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So I feel like this particular divine masculine, I said at the beginning, I feel like he's from a very spiritual family. I feel like there are a lot of mediums around you. And, you know, that is going to help you on this journey, connecting with past lives, family members in spirit that can help you drive your spirituality forward. They can help you have a much stronger understanding of self. Now, for these two moving forward, let's see what you can each do to work towards union. What obstacles are you still facing that you're not acknowledging? So that's so lovely. So on the divine masculine side, you know, you've got some cooking to do. Okay, this pot still needs to be stirred. There's vital ingredients missing, but we're also being shown that you are frozen in time right now. And the reason you are is because your divine masculine, you know, she's in this dragon energy, which is about doing the shadow work. It's about purging those inner wounds, and they're nothing to do with you. So in terms of what you can do to move forward on this journey, know that there's work to do, but actually right now what you're doing in terms of focusing on yourself is enough. And she's got to do this work, and she is blessed. Divine feminine, you know, you've got so many blessings coming towards you right now. You need to embrace this rapid change. You're being called to act. And to do this soul work. And the connecting card is love, which is really beautiful. The number 6, which for me really is the number of soulmates. So I feel like these two, especially the divine feminine, who Arthur's telling me she's trying to be really strong. She's stepped away from this connection, and even though it's troubling her, she's not acknowledging that. She kind of obsesses and focuses on her twin, but she's also thrown herself headlong into a really all-encompassing work situation that can be, you know, emotionally draining, and that doesn't give her enough headspace to think about this, but it also doesn't give her the headspace to do this spiritual work. And I feel like she's in part given up. She's in part given up on the twin flame journey. I feel like, you know, you've exchanged quite harsh words, and that you don't trust him now. You've convinced yourself, perhaps even that he's just a massive player, and you've imagined this spiritual connection. You're not seeing it for what it is. And, you know, he does know what it is. You've got this beautiful soulmates card. He knows exactly what it is. But you're blocking this union right now because you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it. You're too wrapped up in your self-worth issues, your insecurity, the pain and bitterness that was brought to you from, you know, him being involved with this karmic. And I feel like he may not have been immediately honest, but he's not with her now. I don't know her, he's telling you. He has moved on. So, you know, if you're this divine feminine that's not been meditating, you've not been, you know, doing your self-love, self-acceptance, affirmations of self-love. You've not been doing that shadow work, that healing work. Then know that it's you that's blocking this, that which you want the most, because he is waiting for you. And he is way more awakened than you. You know, he's stepped into this journey much more quickly. You need to embrace that change in the wind, divine feminine, and trust that you are always connected. So I hope this has helped. It's really fabulous news for our divine masculine. Big round of applause that he's doing so good. Thank you so much, guys. Please do like, share and subscribe. Let me know your feedback in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.